Hey Moon Magic Super Souls, welcome to today's messages. We are asking today for a message that you really do need to hear right now, an immediate message, and we'll perhaps look at cards to give you the heads up for the week ahead as well. Beautiful souls, I'm seeing pile 1 and pile 2 already. I'm just going to place these here. We'll turn them over in a moment together. And there is pile 3 as well. But before I do so, let me just say welcome to you all. Thank you so much for being here. It is such a pleasure to read for you, a joy to read for you. And yeah, I'm truly humbled and grateful to be connected with all of you. Welcome as well if you are new. So beautiful souls, let us have a look at pile 1. You have the Eel and Iris. Safety. So this is for pile 1, and we are asking for a message that you need to hear right now. We then have for pile 2, the Elk and Ash, Strength. This is for pile 2. And then for pile 3, we have the Snake and Fern, Starting Over. Wow, okay, so that's our 3 cards. Now I am also going to draw a rune for each and also a charm. So let's bring these out for anyone that would like that too. Wow, I can feel pile 1's rune just literally sort of attached to my hand. This is Jira, the rune of harvest. So that's for pile 1. For pile 2, we have the rune of Lagos, Flow. And for pile 3, we have the rune of Breakthrough, Degas. Wonderful. Okay, and our charms. We have for pile 1. Oh, you've got 2 pile 1. If you are pile 1 already, or if you're still undecided, you have the peace symbol and you also have a fishbone. Okay, so that is pile 1. 2 charms for pile 2. This is unusual. Okay, so we have a bee and a butterfly. Okay, right, that's pile 2. And for pile 3, 1 charm, a lovely big and beautiful heart. That is for pile 3. Okay, so wonderful Moon Magic Super Souls. As I've said, thank you for being here. It really is such a joy to be connected with all of you. Beautiful souls, I'm going to leave the video running for just a few moments. Just let that trundle along and give you a bit more time. If you need more time, even than that, you can always press the pause button. And I always think just trust your intuition. Go with your gut feeling, see whichever of these piles is speaking to you. It could be the card, it could be the runes, it could be the charms. And if you find you're drawn to more than one, then I would trust that and go with it. You know, that's not uncommon because we're all navigating many different areas of our lives, doing many different things. So it's not uncommon to feel a kind of a pull to more than one pile. Beautiful souls, I will see you in the readings in just a moment. Hey pile 1, welcome to your reading. Okay, this is so interesting. I just feel like almost this is like a complete reading in itself actually. It's kind of magical really. Now you have Jira, the rune of harvest. So something is going to kind of reach a point of conclusion or a harvest, I think. I think there will be a peaceful outcome. You've needed to get to the bare bones of something, actually, here with this fishbone. You've had to sort of like really break something down, and I think you have tried to the very best of your ability to find a peaceful solution. But I think you've also, like the Iris, you've had to stand strong. You know, the goddess Iris, who is actually represented in some tarot packs as the figure in the card of Temperance. She was the most benevolent and amazing person. She was always giving to everybody, but you know, she didn't take any trouble either. If somebody came and took a little bit too much, or their boundaries were all over the place, or they had greater expectations, she would stand firm. And I feel you've had to stand firm, potentially with a bit of a slippery customer. You know, we talk about something being as slippery as an eel, and I think you've tried to find a peaceful solution. And the joy here, I think, is, and the immediate message, there's something you need to hear now, is that the outcome you need will come. You've had to really get to the bare bones. In fact, I think for some of you, there's possibly some elements of your circumstances that you're not fully aware of yet, but you will get to the bare bones of this. You know, there's that saying, isn't it? The truth will out. And I think that is the case. Let's draw your oracle cards first. Okay, we're going to draw a number card for you. 1313, starting fresh. Encouragement, goals, foundations, creative ventures, communication. Step out of your comfort zone. You are about to create something meaningful. All your skills and talents will bring you auspicious profits. Build up your confidence and trust in your decisions. You've had to stand firm. It's going to pay off. Okay, that's what I'm seeing here. This is literally going to pay off. I almost feel like saying, it's not exactly that there's a silver lining to this, but I think standing strong, maybe putting in the groundwork, sowing seeds, cultivating the soil metaphorically. I think everything that you have done is actually seriously going to kind of pay off. I really, really do. I think something really beneficial will come from this. Curiously enough, more than just the outcome. This feels like, you know, when you have to stand strong and you have to stand your ground over something, and you know, loads of work goes into kind of working this through and working out what to do and how to do it. And you might be thinking, this is the last thing I wanted to do, but you do it, and that's fine because you needed to. But you know what? Something within that will stand the test of time. Something within that will be really beneficial to you at a later date. So it's one of those circumstances where the work you put in now over a situation is going to pay dividends in the future. I'm looking at this card here, sitting on the top, Anima Mundi. Okay, this is something coming to a fruitful completion. And we also have the Sustainer. Yeah, this is fascinating, absolutely fascinating, beautiful souls. Whatever you've almost had to stand your ground over, it's really going to give you longevity in the future, even if there's been some frustration. This really feels a bit like that kind of energy when you get... you're having to cross the T's, dot the I's. You're having to work patiently, methodically. Something you're doing took 10 times longer than you thought it was going to do because loads of stuff showed up in the meantime. But you know, the end result is amazing. The end result is both an ending and a new beginning. And it's like it's something like this ball of clay here. You've had to mold something. You've had to shape something. I think you've had to hold some boundaries around something. But whatever you've held your boundaries over, and you've done it in a really peaceful and diplomatic way, whatever you have done, you've molded and shaped a really favourable outcome, and it will stand the test of time. It will be sustainable. You know, whatever you've done, it's going to sit with you and carry you into the future. I'm going to draw your tarot cards. I was really drawn to use an Archangel tarot pack for this week's readings. We have the World. Fabulous. This is like the card of the World. It really is. The card of the World is an ending and a new beginning. A very happy ending, coming full circle, spiritual growth and insight. Loving this. 9 of Gabriel. Stay determined and move forwards. Be prepared for any possibility. Fantastic. Yeah, if you've had to deal with a slippery customer, as it were, don't worry about it. This is going to come through. Look at this. Stand up for what you believe in. Have confidence. Claim your personal power. Wow. Wow, wow, and more wow. Yeah, any boundaries that have been traversed, it's time to really, you know, that's fine. Really to stand your ground, just hold fast over something. And then 4 of Raphael, seek out other possibilities. Look for the magic in life. Be aware of your own emotions. And I'm seeing the 3 of Ariel. Interestingly enough, I think we've got room for one more. Let me just move these along a little bit, because I do feel this card on the top is speaking for you as well. Epiphany. Joy through spiritual growth. Be a light to others. Answers that come through meditation. We also have 3 of Ariel. I haven't read this yet to you. Do what you love. A time of great personal growth in your career or artistic endeavours. Working with others in a cooperative manner. Okay, so your messages for this week, my beautiful soul. The message you need to hear now is that this is going to work out. Stand your ground. This is all about keeping firm boundaries, standing your ground, finding a peaceful solution, getting to the roots of things, the bare bones, picking it apart, even if it feels like you're having to really work at this. It's going to give you a new start, and it will give you a foundation to stand on. You're going to get the completion and the ending you want. You may feel a bit jaded and a bit shattered and like you've worked your socks off with the Harvest rune as well, but it's really fabulous. And actually, even if it's a little bit, as I said, I think it's a little bit draining I just feel you're having to deal with something, that you're having to wrap something up, really boundary it, and it is exhausting if you're dealing with something like that. But the kind of epiphany here is that you'll really realise at the end of this that suddenly what you have built from this, what you've moulded, what you've shaped, is literally not only does it complete a circumstance or a situation around you that has been possibly feeling like it's quite hard work, like you're really having to stand firm and not bend, but it's creating this new beginning, and you will come out of this being able to start afresh. Now you may need to just take some time out as well, seek out other possibilities, do some other stuff, kind of sort of walk away as well from time to time, you know, when we're really wrapped up in having to get to the bare bones of something. It's a bit like if you're around somebody who's really persistent and their boundaries are not good, and you know, they keep coming back and pushing and keep coming back and pushing, and you stand your ground, and you know, you can say no countless times, but and that's fine, but saying no actually becomes quite exhausting after a while, especially if the person isn't really getting the no, if they're not really holding any boundaries. And I think you may at some point in the week need to just come away from this, cut yourself some slack, stand your ground, be really clear, and then literally sort of almost like step away and sort of, you know, leave it to be sorted, because it's going to be sorted. This is what's happening, you know. Just have confidence, don't let it get you down, and then literally come away from it, and then, you know, take a little bit of time out, look after you, and then come back afresh, do what you love, and get started, get cracking. Whatever this is, it's been something that will be of profound value in what you're doing. It'll end up being a solid piece of a foundation that you're standing on, and you won't have to go back and do it again. It would be like if you were negotiating a contract and you thought it was all straightforward, and then, you know, whoever you're negotiating the contract with, they come back and they're more demanding, or you suddenly look at the small print and you thought, oh, this isn't right. Well, go away, process it, you know, step away from it, and then come back afresh. What you are doing is right. You know, this is all about boundaries, clear, firm boundaries, and this is what needs to be done. You're building something sustainable. Your dreams are amazing. Do what you love. Come away and then invest in yourself. There'll be something quite magical from within this that will really come to light, I think. Let's draw a few little clarifying cards to see what else we're shown. What's the epiphany about? Your message is clear. you know, keep going. Okay, so we've got the Hanged Man. We have the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, we've got the Seven of Wands. We have the Lovers. And then we have the Five of Cups. Okay. I think the epiphany that sort of comes after the event, and it comes afterwards, it's almost like when this is sorted and it's done and you know that you can kind of, you know, as I said, step away, take a breather, move on. I think the epiphany is suddenly realizing that whatever challenge or conflict you were dealing with, it's, with the Lovers, it's very interesting. I think it's given you the power of choice. Maybe in the past, you know, this is the epiphany, I think. Maybe in the past, you haven't been able to stand up for yourself. Or you had people in your world who crossed your boundaries and didn't really respect you, and it was quite hard for you to hold your own. And this is like the opposite of that. This is genuinely being able to hold your own, standing your ground, and coming away knowing you have the right to make choices that are right for you. You don't have to constantly, also you don't have to defend yourself. I feel that there's something in you that maybe has been triggered by this. Somebody who's a bit of a slippery customer, you know, they're going to push for whatever they can get. And I think it's pressed a few buttons and you're standing firm, but I think you've also felt a bit like you might waver. Well, don't waver. Everything here is saying don't waver. You'll get the outcome you need and you'll start afresh. But I think it pressed some buttons, but the epiphany is this sort of, wow, you know, I didn't have to defend myself to this extent. This was actually okay. It was fine to say what I needed. It's fine to stand up for myself. It's fine to mold and shape this in the way that's right for me. I think there is a big epiphany that comes here. But I think it comes after the event and it's connected to your right to choose. And you can respect other people's rights to choose, but you have a right to choose as well. You know, this is about actually knowing that if somebody is stepping over your boundaries, they're your boundaries. You're not obliged to think about them. You look after yourself. They're your boundaries. You don't have to accommodate people who are being a bit slippery or not being completely upfront about something. You can choose to stand your ground. It's your life. It's your circumstances. It's your right to choose. And that is, there's some button that's been pressed that's meant that this has felt quite emotional here. You know, be aware of your emotions. So take some time out. Look after you. You are going to feel fab at the end of this, and you're going to recognize that the depth of emotion that you felt was to do with buttons being pressed, and that actually you have every right to sort of stand strong. And I think it then means in the future, standing strong will come relatively easily to you, which is just lovely. Absolutely lovely. You know, this is one of those sort of learning curves, the big steps that come. I mean, whenever you are watching this reading, if you're watching it as I'm posting it, we are in a Mercury retrograde period, and it's pretty powerful stuff. So lots of things are showing up that are causing us to have to reflect and stop and attend to things and attend to details. I mean, you could be watching this in 6 months' time or 2 years' time. I mean, these readings are timeless. So if you're watching it whenever, you know, the same principles are still applying. But wow, I think, you know, that energy of what happens in a Mercury retrograde, I have just posted Mercury retrograde readings, which is quite exciting, quite relevant. If you haven't checked them out and you're watching this as I'm posting it, it may be very relevant to you. Or indeed just go back to the Moon Magic homepage and find the Mercury retrograde readings if they are of interest to you, because the energy around them for what's going on for you may be very, very relevant. But this is about you actually gaining something from having to attend to something, and the attending to something also does sort of resonate with some past experiences as well, even though this is very current. Pile 1, this is your reading for this week. I am sending you so much love. Beautiful souls, thank you so much for being here, for liking, for sharing. Thank you for commenting. It's wonderful to read your comments. Thank you for your love and support of me and the channel. Thank you for the way in which you also support one another. And just blessings to you all. Don't forget, if you want to make sure you never miss a reading, subscribe and press the little bell icon. And beautiful souls, tons and tons of love. Hey, pile 2, welcome to your reading. You have Lagos, the rune of flow. I love your bee and your butterfly. Beautiful energy. The fact that you got both. Now, elk and ash are interesting strength. Elk have stamina. They can go the length. They can go for the duration. They can travel miles. And ash trees are very, very strong. Ash trees are, the wood in ash trees is very straight. It's used for things like cricket bats and things, to make cricket bats and bows, because it's very straight, but also there is some flexibility in it. It's very, very, very strong. It's associated with the element of fire as well. Actually, let's draw your oracle cards and see what we are shown. Okay, you have 2 number cards coming out. That's interesting. You have 1331, good fortune, advice, comfort, major change, individuality, independence. Have faith in your skills and talents, as they are a tool that can provide you with a bright future. A piece of good advice, a moment of enlightenment, or a comforting message is on its way. Everything will work in your favour. Well, that makes sense with the bee and the butterfly. And then we have 1010. It's up to you. Moderation, patience, flow, clarity, joy, movement, self-realization, taking action, unconditional love. It's time to put those long cherished ideas into action. You will soon come into contact with the appropriate individuals, circumstances and resources. Eventually you will experience joy as well as brand new opportunities. Trust in the process. Okay, so there is a process to go through here, something to emerge and unfold, to flow, and something you're going to have strength to, almost like to get to, maybe. We have the card of the Orphan. And we have the Castle. Aha. Okay, let me move those along a little bit, make sure we can get all your cards in view. I think we can just about. Yes, we can. Okay, so this, I think, is a reading about something you want. Now, the great fortune, the good fortune, what you want, everything will work out in your favour, I think is really being affirmed here in a lovely way. We've got this bee, which I think is not just a queen bee, but a worker bee. And the butterfly of transformation, emergence. There's something that you want. The Orphan has a need. The Orphan is almost like that part of us that feels separate or disconnected. In a way, that this card speaks of almost like the condition of humanity in our current time, where we don't see ourselves as being interconnected and interrelated with everything. We tend to see ourselves as separate, isolated beings. But it's interesting because the castle is kind of seductive. It's kind of like it offers that sense of security, those solid 4 walls, that dream where, the prince comes along and kisses the princess and everything becomes wonderful. But it also can feel a bit stuck. If it's like it's something that, it's like a dream or something that offers something, but that something may then not really be. It's something to pass through rather than to stay with. So it's up to you. Moderation, patience, flow, and we have the rune of flow. I think it's time to, I almost want to say, get very real about something. That's what's coming through here, pile 2. Get very real about your current situation. I think there's something you're yearning for, but there could also be the illusion of something that is what you think it's going to give you what you want. You think it's the outcome you want, but it may actually not be. There may be something that's much, much better for you. Now, this is a card of good fortune, so, everything can work out. But But I feel there is I mean, actually, when we think of the castle, that idealized kind of magical dream of a vision of a castle, but actually a castle's quite big and quite cold, and they're expensive to heat. You know, if you're actually going to get a castle, so you win a castle in I don't know, some random lotto or something, you know, how are you going to upkeep it? What are you going to do with it? It's like, you know, it's just like, this is really sort of suggesting something. We have these flowers. It's like you really want something. You've been wanting to reach out for something, but possibly what you're reaching out for may be a bit idealized, or it may be that there is something different or better. It's kind of up to you. You know, actually, there's something about soon coming into contact with the appropriate individuals and circumstances and resources. Eventually, you will experience joy as well as brand new opportunities. There's something about trusting in the process and having to go the long haul or work at something before you get to this point of transition. Let's draw your tarot cards. So the message you're needing to hear, the message you are needing to hear, and how this might pan out this week. I'm seeing these cards, seeing this and both of these as well, and this and that one too. Let's turn these over. We have new beginnings. Aha. Okay, Archangel Jeremiah, starting a new life, finding your purpose, a forgiving and compassionate review of the past. Five of Michael, this situation doesn't serve you. Release your attachment to the outcome. This is really interesting, isn't it? Consider taking a more uplifting approach. We have Ace of Michael, so we're really in the realm of new beginnings again. Ace of Michael, a wonderful new idea. Don't allow bumps in the road to hinder your progress. Clear up communication problems with others. We then have the light at the end of the tunnel. Fabulous. Six of Michael. Breathe a sigh of relief and make new plans, relocation or travel. Interesting with the castle card. We then have Queen of Michael. You know exactly what to do. Brilliant, self-reliant, insightful, humorous. You know exactly what to do. The benefit of experience, a time for your career rather than relationships. We have the High Priestess, powerful psychic insights, reflection and meditation that provides valuable information, be at peace. And then lastly, isn't this interesting? Look at all the colours, the way the colours have come out with these two beautiful purples at either end. Two major arcana cards, and then we have all Michael cards in the middle, and then King of Raphael, warm, generous, honourable, refined. Yes, it is safe to trust, the ability to accomplish many things at once. Follow your creative passions. Okay, I feel that you are in a space where there is something that you have really been yearning for, and it isn't that you can't have what you've been yearning for. And this is your key message. It's just that it's not coming in the shape or size that you thought it was. You've been yearning for something. There may even have been something that you really seductively, it looked very seductive, it looked very magical, it looked like the answer to your dreams. Actually, it's not. It's not the right thing. There is something else. So something is happening and you're needing the strength to work in a different direction. Something around you doesn't serve you. But there is an idea within you. This is the really interesting thing. There's an idea within you that you could pick up and run with. You could go with the flow. But it feels like a little bit either risky or a little bit of a departure from what you thought you were going to do. This would be like if you were, I don't know, let's say you'd applied for a job and then it just turned out not to be what you thought it would be. Well, it just wasn't, but you've got this other idea, but you're kind of like, yeah, but that felt quite safe and secure and I knew where I was. But this other idea is amazing. The other idea is actually the one you're meant to be following. So I feel there is, this is about making the strength of decision, because it's up to you. You can kind of, I think you can cling to something that isn't really right, and inevitably it's going to do whatever it will do. Or you can kind of, like the elk, just set forth on a new journey and trust you're going to get to your destination. It's the light at the end of the tunnel. There is a wonderful new idea. There is something within you that actually is like the rose in the castle. And this is, I think, worth going for. It's guided, powerful psychic insights. Let's draw some more cards to ask for a little bit more information. I think there's something else that is a different direction to work in. This is more work, I think, than family or relationship. That's what it seems like, or work or calling or purpose, that kind of area. Maybe get more advice or information about how this might pan out. Perhaps what's happening this week, or how this might emerge and evolve. Now that's too many cards that came out there. But interesting, a big chunk of cards flew out of the pack for you. Yeah, there we go. That is fascinating because the big chunk of cards flew out and I thought that's too many, but it was the 7 of Cups was the one that was most visible on the top. And I almost took it and thought, we'll use the one that's visible, but there's a big chunk. I put them back and look what comes up again. Wonderful. Okay, so yeah, this is about evaluating your choices. I want to sort of say all that glitters isn't gold. This is about choosing. It's all about your choice. It's up to you. Making a decision, making a choice. There is something within you, an idea that is really worth pursuing. And this is about letting go of something, that bringing something to an end that I think you've been trying to persevere with that isn't right, bringing it to a conclusion. It's just not right for you. We've got the 10 of Swords, but this is followed by the Page of Wands. Look at this possibility. Look at this amazing idea looking forwards. And then you have the 8 of Cups. So we see you walking away from whatever it is, from this situation that doesn't serve you, and going for it with the Knight of Swords. Absolutely going for it. It's like you can get the bit between your teeth and go for it. At the moment, your energy, some of your energy is still tied into a situation that doesn't serve you. It's still tied into something that you thought you wanted, or you thought it would be the answer to something that you're trying to find. If you, I don't know, joined a community, for example, and you really thought, this community is resonating, it's going to be amazing, this is just what I need. These are the people, this is my tribe. And then you've kind of realized they're not your tribe, really. Well, it doesn't mean there won't be a tribe for you. Maybe you've got an idea. Maybe you might start your own tribe. But, maybe you've got an idea of something else you can go for. But you've kind of got to let go of the idea of the fact that the one you thought was going to be right for you would be right for you, because it's not. But it is up to you. This is your conscious free will and choice. But your reading is really very clear, and it is sort of saying, look, this is coming to an end. There is a new beginning around you. And this is the card of the World in traditional packs. The High Priestess, you're being guided in a different direction. This is about having the strength to make that choice, but it is up to you. But all the guidance here is suggesting that something needs to end. And the moment you make a choice to end it, you are free, you move on. And, and it will flow into being. Wow, what a transition. Wow. I mean, just a huge transition, but a very magical shift in the energy. Wow. Pile 2, this feels very profound, very important. It feels like it's part of your working world, your career, your calling, your pathway, your vocation, that kind of thing. So beautiful souls. This is your reading. I don't feel there's any more to say. I'm sending you tons and tons of love. Thank you for being here. Thank you for liking, for sharing, for subscribing. Thank you all of you for commenting. And I look forward to seeing you for some other readings really soon. And don't forget to hit the little bell icon and subscribe if you want to make sure you never miss a reading. And I will see you again really, really soon. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. You have the Snake and Fern starting over. You have Degas, breakthrough, and this beautiful big heart. Wow. What can I say? What message is going to come through for you? What do you need to hear right now? Let's draw your oracle cards and see. Certainly a breakthrough moment. I'm seeing 2 for you. We have 2 in pile 2 as well. We have 2323, endless cycles, charisma, communication, society, movement, journey, repetitive, I'm struggling to say this word, repetitive, that's the one, repetitive circumstances and patterns. There's some truth that you're resistant to accept over and over again until you're tired and restrained beyond depression. It takes a decision to live life for yourself. Life is all about passion. Then you make a change and the world around you follows. Okay, so there's a cycle you've been stuck in. I think we're looking at a breakthrough moment. Ooh, how exciting. Okay, 666, reflect. Love. Affection, compassion, kindness, attention, self-love. Several unexpected developments will enter your life and impact how you feel. This is a chance to reevaluate your identity. You need a mental shift towards greater optimism, self-assurance and trust. Put your faith in your gut and inner voice. Pay attention to your feelings and use them to help you become a better person. Wow, I feel like there's going to be a breakthrough moment for you. And with that heart, it feels really, really right for you. This is about rebirth. It's about transformation, a snake shedding its skin. Something's coming in here. Now, it may be because this is something you need to hear right now. It may be that this is giving you the heads up that something is about to come into your world that is really going to open a door that will end an endless cycle that you feel you've been stuck in. Or indeed something that's going to open a door that will end a cycle where you have of something that you thought might not happen or might not rebirth. Either that, or it's already around you. And if it's already around you, this reading is really giving you the thumbs up about it. Okay, your cards appear to be showing themselves already. I didn't even have to shuffle. Look at this. You have the heart, you have the stone, and you have the vessel. Right, your reading is going to be laid out completely differently to the others because we didn't have 3 cards in any of the other reading from this pack. Let's place these here. Right. The heart is in the middle. Look at this gigantic heart. And the vessel, this is all about rebirth. And the stone, something that you felt was set in stone is not. Something you felt would never emerge, that would never birth, would never come to you. It feels like this is a matter of the heart, would never come to you. This is about to rebirth. Wow, I feel a little emotional on your behalf. It's like a snake is about to shed its skin. You are about to emerge. You're about to move into an entire new phase of your life. You have struggled, I think, interestingly enough. I think if for some of you this is a relationship reading, I think, and if in fact that's what's really coming through here largely. And I'll think about the interpretations in different ways, but I think for many of you this is genuinely about love. It could also be your relationship with yourself. But I feel like, you know, you've begun to wonder whether, I don't know, whether you were always going to be alone for some of you and this was never going to emerge, and yet I feel some unexpected development is about to come into your life, or it already has, that's going to open this up. It's going to open up your heart. Charisma, society, movement. And this is also about a circumstance that comes into your world to open your heart, to make you kind of believe again, or to trust again, or to see the magic in life again, to be able to start over. It's the breakthrough moment. Wow. Let's get more information. Now, if this has not yet happened, I think it is imminent, because this is a weekly reading. We ask for the guidance and the message now. Wow, 10 of Ariel. There is so very much to be grateful for. Financial success and the promise of retirement, a rich and rewarding family life. I am seeing this card for you. Queen of Ariel, nurture yourself and those you love, the ability to make anything more beautiful, practical and wise advice. Let's move these up. Okay, I'm seeing those two, that one and that one. Yeah, and that one and that one. And I think these two are coming out too, but we'll look at them in just a moment. We have Knight of Gabriel, confident, enthusiastic, courageous, charismatic. Time to take action. Great passion for a cause, instinctively knowing what to do. 10 of Michael, a situation has ended and you are finally free. New opportunities for happiness will now follow. Put the past behind you. Move that light a little so that you can see those cards. Then we have Knight of Ariel, trustworthy, understanding, devoted. Funny, there is so much to accomplish. Make a very detailed plan. Being watched over by someone kind. Queen of Gabriel, passionate, calming, brilliant, independent, charming, brilliant, independent. You can do anything right now. Go after what you want. The ability to attract helpful people. I do feel this has its roots in relationship, and in a relationship, whether this is love or it's business or friendship, whatever it is, I feel that there's been some pattern within relationships where you had almost begun to lose faith, to lose trust, to feel that something could never come, as if your heart had ended up feeling hardened, and something or someone, and I do think it's potentially someone with these two knights coming in and the queen here. I really feel, I mean, you've got two queens, you've got two knights. If we think of this energy as non-gender specific, you know, these are people showing up. Very often the court cards are people. I feel you've got people coming in to your world who are confident, who are enthusiastic, they're trustworthy. They are the kind of person that you've wanted to attract. 10 of Ariel, 10 of Michael, an ending. I mean, how extraordinary to have two 10s, two knights and two queens. And we've got these twos coming in. Twos are all about connections, relationships. I really feel someone is coming into your world who's going to shift your perspective of trust, of connection, of belief, and allow you to rebirth into a space of starting over in matters of the heart. And by matters of the heart, I'm talking about connection with people. What are our last two cards? Well, could you believe it? 2 of Raphael, 2 hearts dedicated to creating something wonderful. Kindred spirits, don't give up on those you love. And Ace of Ariel, it's your lucky day. New resources of money, time or support. A change in job or a promotion. Wow. This is like bringing faith and trust and love back into your world. Something, I really feel like this is a lucky break coming to you, that it's somebody coming in. I say lucky because in a way, the breakthrough moment, it comes because karmically you've worked for this and you deserve it. Otherwise it wouldn't be coming to you. But I do feel this is all about a connection coming in, and wow, it's the end of a cycle where you just, honestly, you've probably at times just thought, is this ever going to end? Well, wow, I think it's coming. Let's draw just a few more cards. I sort of almost feel your reading is complete. I'm buzzing in your energy. Look at that. We have the 5 of Cups. This is a card where you have experienced disappointment. Wow. Probably again and again, and look at the shift where we move to the Page of Wands. This is like a shift from looking backwards, looking at the past, to being able to look forwards. Yeah, look at this. You leave the past behind. You're leaving the past behind, beautiful souls. King of Swords. Wow, how amazing. So having had 2 10s, 2 knights, 2 queens, you now get a king. I think this is someone who helps to totally shift your mindset around trust, belief in people, possibility, connection, love, all of the things, everything that is really involved in love, in real love, joy, connection, resonance, trustworthiness, reliability, all of the elements that make up a beautiful, safe, heart-centered connection. All of these are coming through. It's your lucky day. Wow. I'm not going to say any more. My beautiful pile 3, The message is really clear. If this isn't around you yet, it's going to be. So if you have been longing for something, or you're feeling stuck, or something is just set in stone and you're wondering if it's ever going to shift, I think the shift genuinely is coming. This is gorgeous, just gorgeous. You're really being given the thumbs up to, hold fast and believe. And when this person comes, to allow yourself to open to receive. Pile 3, this is lovely. Absolutely lovely. It really is. I could roll around in your energy all day. Beautiful souls, I am sending you so much love. Keep us posted, because I feel you're really, really being given so much support and nurture and strength to continue. There is a shedding of skins. The new is coming. It's your lucky day. This is, you no longer have to look back. You can start to look forwards, and in such a magical way. The light at the end of the tunnel. This is just lovely. Pile 3, I love readings like this. I'm loving your energy. I'm loving your circumstances. Keep us posted. I'm sending you so much love. Beautiful souls, I look forward to seeing you again for some readings really soon. Thank you so much for your support of the channel, of me, of one another. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. Don't forget to press the little bell icon as well as subscribe if you want to make sure you never miss a reading. And I am just sending you so much love, and I hope to see you soon for another reading. Tons of love to you.